Hi, welcome to a super special episode of Mediocre at Breast. It is not only my birthday, this is my sister, and I cannot wait to share her with y'all.
Oh, so sweet.
I'm so excited.
Me
I'm just so
too.
excited.
Me
We
too.
never get to sit down and talk ever, especially not without kids.
No. Yeah.
When you moved, she moved away. When I say away, she moved an hour and a half away.
So far.
And I mean, whenever you have a close relationship, away,
matters.
and I mean, 20 minutes is like,
Right.
a dagger, an absolute just pain.
Yes.
But when you moved, I was moving to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not have to process your move and your whole family moving away and just the absolute void that would sorry, this is depressing. The absolute void that would bring to my life.
How do you really
feel? until I moved back, and
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it's quiet, or I don't have anyone to go to Target with or run through Sonic or something like that. And I do,
Well,
but
I'm glad you brought this up because I have such guilt. God,
You
my life is
should.
so much guilt. Mom
should.
guilt, woman guilt, sister guilt. That I never went to go see you in Disney because I was breastfeeding Paige. And we moved, and it was such a battle between being like such a
And-
supportive sister, and at the same time, like, I can't leave my children.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I get it more now than ever. And I think I've said this, or I texted you this one time late at night when I was breastfeeding. And I was like, I'm sorry that the way we're 15 years apart, the way time happened to us in life, I was not mentally, I don't know, old enough, mature enough to support you postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
Remotely, like you've been able to do for me. And I mean, all I knew to do was like go over there and
You did more than you know.
hold the baby or just talk to you or watch a show with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like,
mushroom cheese pizza girl.
yes. So good, Papa John's. It was, Kennedy was born when I was 8 years old. So I was an aunt at 8 years old. So mentally, I'm like, let's go play on the playground.
Right.
I mean,
like, why can't you come with me?
Preston and Paige are going to the park right now with Lennon. Like, that's where my head was at.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, as it should be. You were 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't help but now in my postpartum stupor think like, dang, she could have probably really used a sister of some kind. I mean, I think you have a pretty good sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And you have good in-laws that were age appropriate at the time.
Yeah.
That could have helped you out. Yeah. But still, I feel like there's nothing like your sister.
No, you're right. And that's okay. Like, I think we're in this place 15 years apart for a reason. I just have to think that
right now it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
it's so sweet right now, even with Bo. Bo is our brother. Yes. Bo is 12 years older than me. So they got to be siblings together.
We did. We got to do all the bad things together.
And I just got like teenage babysitters
right out the gate. We were the best.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've got the best. I have the best siblings.
Oh,
we're all pretty chill with each other. I don't.
Yeah, but there's I know it's weird. Like when you hear other people talk about their siblings, like, oh, I can't stand my brother or my sister. And I'm like, I really like my brother and my sister. Like, they are my best friends.
Yeah. There's no age that I didn't look up to you type of thing. There's no age where I was like, oh, this stage of her life. I don't.
She doing?
What is she doing? And of course I'm so young. I'm like, I wouldn't know either way.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
But it's really cool to see your whole life right before my eyes. Like this is a special episode, your birthday. So the moment that Mom was going to have you, I was in the 9th grade and at a basketball game at school. It was like staff versus students. It was at the very top. Of course, not paying attention to the game. Who cares about that?
Oh my God.
I wish I would have. But
No, it's all about the scrunchies.
Oh, girl, yes. And Doc Martens. Anyway,
it's now about that now.
it is. It's high school
It
all
just
over
now
again
became
for me.
about that.
Like the jeans, everything. So anyway, but I remember they were like, Jonni, your mom's having a baby. And I was like, what? Let's go do this.
You run like you're the doctor and you're supposed to catch it.
Yes, I would have. I would have been like, let's do this.
Yeah.
But you were a C-section baby.
Yeah.
So you came out all perfect.
Out the sunroof.
Out the sunroof.
Someone told me that. And I can't get that out of my head.
That's great. I
Came
love
out the
that. That's
sunroof.
less traumatic than what it really
Oh my gosh. Do we really want to talk about what it is? It's horrible.
Yes.
And then Bo talks about that too. That's actually what I was gonna ask you, since it is my birthday episode. I was gonna be like, where were you when I was born? But like, I'm not in like the least egotistical way.
Did you know where I was? Is this the first time you're hearing that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think
so. I didn't lie before.
I think I know. Or I knew. I think was Bo at Bonnet.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was in 9th grade. He was in,
and he was cooler than
7th grade.
Any of us.
Oh, Bo was the
12 years old.
There's
like,
not one person that I don't know that doesn't know my brother. Like, really? That's your brother? Like, yes.
They're like, you're like half as cool.
Yeah.
Like I would have never known.
No, he's awesome.
He's cool too. And he just had a baby. So he's in a different stage of life right now. His kids are 15 years apart. So he's going to get to witness that same thing. Yeah, I was sharing that with him. I was like, I mean, it's my favorite relationship. Our 15-year apart relationship is, I mean, besides my fiance and son and all those beautiful things. But as far as like a friendship goes, like there's no cooler developmental path, I feel like. Because it didn't make me, because people be like, oh, my siblings are older, it made me grow up. No, y'all met me right where I was at that age. And one of the best compliments I've been given as a mom was from you. And it was, I love how you're able to meet your son where his needs are in that moment.
I love that.
That's what you said.
I said that.
Yeah, because because Lennon didn't like baths. He just started liking baths whenever he realized that there's toys in there and it's not that scary.
Yeah.
Mom loves baths.
Yeah.
Maybe he decided that mom's into it. And he, up until, so for 14 months, he made me basically get in the bath with him. And, happy to do it.
Right.
But
so many people do it. It's just easier.
Yeah.
Like, do you take the baby shower? I'll take the baby. Whatever.
Yeah. And then I jump in the bath after.
Bathe with their dogs. I mean, whatever.
Oh, really?
Who am I to judge? I mean,
oh my gosh.
I don't. But I'm just saying.
My dog would kick me out. She's like, I want space. Squishbird.
I don't want to smell them.
They probably don't want to smell us. You know, it's
Right.
different pheromones. It's different things. But yeah, I was in the bathtub and he wanted boob and he was nervous and wanted boob and he just started nursing right there. And I was like, this is cool. You know, maybe he'll be cooler or more chill whenever he finishes this.
Yeah.
So that we can give him a bath without him screaming his head off. Cause I don't want to associate it with trauma or something bad.
Right.
So we're nursing and you were just like, that's really good how you can just stop and read him and give him a second, because so many people and parents can be so rush when really we look back and we're like, where'd the time go? You were rushing it.
Right.
You're rushing
100%.
that whole thing. And I love that I had the first year off of his life and I was like, and that wasn't enough. You know what I mean? We were there to see it all and that still wasn't enough.
I know if I could have Kennedy running up to me at 2 years old right now, I mean, just imagining that, like, oh,
Kennedy is going to be 20 years old
20
in December. He's going to be 20 years old. I'm going to be, or I am today, 28 years old.
Yes, 28. I was 28. So just the other day, I was 28. I remember 28. 28, I think I was finally like clicked on, I guess I need to be an adult.
I think you said your favorite pregnancy and time of having a kid was 27.
Yes, I had Kayla at 27. Kennedy, I had her at 23. So it was, you don't know what you're doing.
That could be a little young.
Yeah. And 27 was great. And then I had 33 and
Well, your
30.
frontal lobe is not done until 25.
Yeah.
So you still have that me
Yeah.
mentality. So it could be a lot of tit for tat with your partner that you're arguing with. Like, I did this, you didn't do this.
Oh, 100%.
It can be very self.
Ego's huge.
Yeah. And I mean, men it can be a
Theirs
little
is way
a little
bigger.
longer, a little longer than 25 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, sometimes I think people forget that you are not innately just born with knowing how to be married, how to be a wife, how to be a mother. I mean, let alone, I can only speak on those things, but like how to be a husband, how to be a caretaker.
Yeah.
Like those
and
things.
men do have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That you're kind of letting them know about. Like, Bo will tell Bradley like things like, hey, you're going to be expected to do this. You can do this right now because you're with me. You're my kid. Love you. But this world is not going to see you any different than me as an adult. So
I love how real he is.
Oh, he parents very knee to knee with his children.
Very. And that, oh my God, that is something recently as a teacher that has been said to me. We need to get knee to knee with our students, with our administration, with our teachers.
Yeah.
Knee to knee.
Yeah.
That means something.
Jonni is the bravest soul in the world.
No, I'm not.
She is a 4th grade teacher.
Yes. Science and social studies. And
such a cool topic.
Oh, God.
You know what?
So cool.
You could have got something lame.
Like math. No, I did that last year.
Well, anyone I talk to, they're like traumatized by math at a young age.
And that's why I wanted to teach math. But maybe I'll get the opportunity again. Just last year, first year teacher, there was just a whole lot in my life and whatnot. But I'm happy I'm on an awesome team at an awesome school. And I mean, I just have a golden team. And
teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh, girl, you just don't know. But this year is so much fun. I really just kind of I really do have the most laid back subjects, and it's fun because you can go off on different tangents and whims and like whatever the students are wanting to talk about, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
definitely.
And that also, I guess, can transcend to the whole rushing thing. Like these aren't your kids, but you do only have them for a certain amount of time. Not only are you required to teach them a curriculum, but they're not going to retain anything if you don't almost prove to them that you care about them too.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Respect is taught in the classroom right then and there.
Yes.
When you care to know, hey, I heard your dog was in the vet last week. Are they doing better? Oh, 100%. They're doing better. Awesome. I have something cool to talk to y'all about today. And then boom, start talking about that. She always tells me I should be a teacher, but I literally substitute taught, and I can only do high school because my mouth. And
it's a different, it is.
It's
not like being a parent.
I have a hard time even with like just, if you're watching someone else's kids, because I know how I am with my kid, and I'm like hyper analyzing everything. Like Tommy was taking the kids to Starbucks, and I'm immediately right there, like, what are they allowed to have? Even though they're at the age where they can tell me what they are allowed to have, but they're also at the age where they can push boundaries and say 100%. And tell and you, mine will. Yeah, and tell you, oh, I can have 3 shots of espresso whenever you're yelling from the bathroom, vanilla bean. And we all know there's no coffee in that.
Right.
And so I ordered them 2 different frappuccinos with no coffee in that.
We literally went to the donut shop on the way here. I got a kolache, and Paige was like, oh, well, Mom, I thought you got me a donut without sugar. And I was like, no, baby, there's no donut that exists without sugar, I don't think. And then I'm like, is there? Anyways, that's just how my brain works. But I mean, no, I got yours with less sugar because you didn't have icing like Preston. Preston's like, all the sugar.
Yeah. And there might be, but here we can get into this. But what is it? What is it sweetened with? Aspartame?
Right. Oh, like, we had that conversation after that. I said,
it's going to be something else. So I'd rather just give my kids sugar if we're going for
Kristen's
it.
Like, it'll stunt my growth. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
He was like, that's what's wrong with me. I'm like, no, baby, that's genetics. What's genetics? So then it led to that conversation.
Well, at least it's
DNA?
an hour car ride.
Oh yeah, it was I made them put the tablets and the phone down, and I played that book for them, Sarah Hill. Thank you, Sarah Hill. But
Cool.
yeah, so really quick, I'd like to go back to what you were talking about, the meeting your kiddo where they're at in their moment.
Yeah, and being knee to knee.
Yes. So I think as a parent, or I feel as a parent, however, that children just, I think I'm at the edge of the generation where it's like you're seen and not heard type. I'm old, in my 40s.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to make my children feel unheard. So I was very much the parent, get down on one knee. Okay, let's breathe. How are you feeling? I'm not saying like, oh, everybody needs a trophy type parent. No.
But they'll lash out if they don't feel heard.
Right. And so
in other ways.
Exactly. So if they're not being heard in the moment where they're having that
and their
feeling and that exactly that panic or whatever it is.
Yeah, let's talk through it.
Please. And I want them to know like mom's a safe spot and I can be this way, I feel this way, and I can let it go. Yeah. And we can move on. And if we need to revisit that at a later time, that's fine. We will. So I think that's great. I think you're a phenomenal mom and you're doing such a great job. I was very much a helicopter mom. I'm not even going to lie. I'll admit it. It's whatever. It's my kid.
But I didn't even get that vibe from you.
Oh, okay.
That's what's cool.
But I mean, I wanted them to explore, but at the same time, I'm like, no, stay away from the roach spray. Oh
my God. There's some things that I don't even need to apologize that I'm being crazy about.
Right. No. And I don't know why I'm hyper focused on my hair right here. This is weird. Maybe it's the fan blowing. I don't know.
The fan is blowing, but I'm scared because the camera last week overheated, and I don't want that to happen again because I just don't want to ruin any conversations that we had. And me and Becca were having a super cool talk whenever that happened to us. So I just don't want that to happen again. So we'll freeze for the viewers.
It's fine. Yeah,
for y'all.
We're shaking. But she made me a delicious latte. It was so sweet, but I guess I got a little nervous and just chugged it. I don't know. That's mom life. We eat really fast. We shower really fast. We poop really fast. There's nothing that we can't do in a 5-minute span.
Yeah.
And being a teacher, 5 minutes in the teaching
you just enhanced your anxiety.
That's all you did. It's ancient time. Like 5 minutes. We got so much time.
That's all you did.
Yeah.
Let's go through not that y'all need it or deserve it, but Jonni's like motherhood resume. She has 4 kids.
Oh yes, I do. I never thought I would have 4 children in my life. Like 4?
Yeah, when you just kept telling me you were pregnant, I was like, I love this game.
Every time I try to go back to school, oh, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
There's something, I don't know.
Yeah. And nursing, you want to can you talk about that journey? Because she has some super, with 4 kids, every kid's different. And
so different.
Every kid had different needs.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to get into that because there's people out there, obviously, who didn't get to breastfeed. Some kids did, the other kids, stuff like that. And I only have 1 kid and we're 100% success rate at the moment. So for viewers who might have struggled, are struggling currently, here's Jonni, because she is so real and we'll just say, hey, it happened to me. It happens to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not be just real. I appreciate you. You're so sweet. You make me blush. But no, okay. So I had Kennedy. She will be 20. I had her at 23. And
full term.
Yes. Girl, 41 weeks. She came out. The doctors lied. They don't know. They can measure.
All 4 vaginal births. I'll start there.
Yes. No. Anyway,
she came
control
out.
myself from saying silly things. Okay. Sorry. So she was 41 weeks. She was due December 26th. I had her December 31st. So she was boom, a tax write-off. And I was like, everybody kept saying that to me. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. Just get her out.
Oh, yeah.
But
like, I just want to sleep again.
Yes.
Little did you know you never would.
Yeah. So back to doctors, they can measure all day long. I had one how old? 13 years later, and they're still wrong.
Oh no.
They're like, oh, she might be 7 pounds.
Yeah.
She came out 9'2".
Yeah, that whole them telling you, oh, we're gonna have to induce you because
Yes.
this baby's already so much
Yes.
weight. Okay, Dr. God. Like y'all
They
are
really do have a complex.
y'all are wild for that. For
Mhm.
real. Stop fear mongering these mothers, the first time moms. We want,
Yes.
and also
Yes.
the sorry, we're gonna go on a little tangent.
You're good.
The average birth weight in America has gone down to like
Really?
7 pounds because of
That's-
these inductions.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes. Well,
of
their heart rate goes down.
they're so scared of these big babies. And oh my God, I'm so proud of my 8-pounder and that he beat that
you were
7 pound
8'4".
whatever. He's 8'3". We're exactly like
the same.
Yeah, our body types are very much alike.
I mean, he just came out a boy. You were, I mean, spitting image.
Yeah.
So cute. But yeah, no, I agree.
They tried to scare me. And I refused an induction until 41 weeks is when I said I would consider it. And they said I didn't have to show up to it. And I told Tommy I wouldn't have.
Yeah. You're so smart. I feel like you just had
it's the cynical in me.
Yeah.
Also, I researched like a mother.
But you're so and the information is so easy to get to now. Like when I was 23, I read the entire book of What to Expect When Expecting, and I read the entire book of the next one, part 2 or whatever.
And you didn't really have, I mean, the internet was booming.
No.
But now the way we learned so much on TikTok, Reels, stuff like that.
I love TikTok.
There are professionals out there who have left the medical field and are making content, real stuff, letting moms know what the dealio is with these policies.
But that's the thing. That if you don't know if you don't have a seed planted in you, you don't know.
You're my seed. And that's kind of like what I'm getting in this. Like your 4 kids, those are all my seeds. Yes. And I was like, mine has to be different. Not in the sense of like anything was wrong. We've learned is what we're doing.
100%.
And now like people are like, oh wow, you should be a doctor. And I'm like, I would never be one of those corrupt people in my life.
I would never get paid by Big Pharma. Yeah. No, me neither. I would definitely go back if it was easy. I have looked into it. It is not can it be done? Yes. Is it tangible? Is it reachable? I mean, yes, but not without sacrifice and no sleep. And I mean, I did that and I don't know. But my daughter is Kennedy is going that way. And so I'm just letting her, I love the journey and the spot I love every spot that I can't ever
she knew right out of high school that the 4-year college might not be where society's headed.
She is everything I want to be. Like she is.
Without living through her.
Yes.
Like, and that's what's so cool.
100%. Like I love everything about my kids and every stage that they're at. I can't pick a favorite age.
Yeah. They always say like every stage you ask, you're like, oh no, this is my favorite. Oh no, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
And I see the way that Tommy's mom even looks at him right now. This is her favorite stage. I can see like all of that.
I love it.
Yeah. I love that she's a lot like, I mean, or Lennon's kind of like her in the sense, and me too, I'm very expressive, but you can just know what she's feeling in that moment. And it's always such a warm feeling you see and feel whenever she looks at her kids. I love that. And that's so cool, especially as a grandma. Like you just know she's just soaking it all up whenever she can.
It's going to be so cool to be a grandma one day. Like
I have a boy.
Yeah.
So,
well.
And you have one boy, but you also have
one boy. One boy is all
3
God
girls.
needed me to have. 3 girls. Now that one boy though.
But being there during like the pregnancy and stuff, it's a little different than being the mother-in-law because like you can, there is a bit like, you're like, oh, do I text her? Do I
can imagine.
What exact loop do I keep them in?
Yeah.
And I think that, Sonia's done a beautiful job in keeping close yet distance. Let me learn to be a mom. Let me learn to be a wife.
Oh yeah. That's back to you don't just know how to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, you have instincts and things like that. I mean, we're not saying we're dumb by any means, but at the same time.
There when we need her. Yeah. Whereas mom got to be every step of the way. She got the we're at the doctor right now text, the stuff like that.
Yes.
The immediate things. So I think just knowing I have a boy, I've been mentally preparing that I won't have that exact immediate thing. Whereas
I mean,
it just depends. It just depends. I don't know. But I feel like being hyper vigilant with anxiety and stuff like that. I always talk about how I overthink on here and stuff.
Sydney.
So
I'm
I'm just saying,
of
I'm
ponders.
literally getting ready to have a daughter-in-law.
And he's 14 months.
Yeah. And my kid is.
You know what? Your daughter-in-law one day will really appreciate that.
Yeah. And I just want to be everything that maybe she needs or wanted or
doesn't expect
or didn't get maybe from whatever she needs, whoever she is.
Yes. Well, we can start like thinking and like praying about our kids' future partners.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just cold.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, but
for once I'm not shaking from anxiety.
It's literally from coldness. I'm like, what is the word all of a sudden?
Temperature. So your oldest is about to be 20.
Yes.
Gulp that down.
Yes. She's about to be 20 and she's amazing. And now I have my second,
Kayla Grace,
who is they're like night and day.
They are
night and day, but they look and act and sound so much the same.
Mm-hmm.
And
I somehow I know how to talk to Kennedy, of course.
Yes.
But I don't have a challenge with talking to Kayla because I can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But as far as getting her to open up where she's at that moment,
it's a little.
It takes a second.
Yeah, she is me, 100%.
They both are. She's so helpful.
She is such a. She reads things really well.
Mm-hmm.
But she is 15. She'll be 16 in December. I have 2 December babies. December 28th.
December 28th.
Mm-hmm. So we literally brought her home on Kennedy's 4th birthday. So I was like, dude, you gotta go home and like put like a swing set together.
Yeah, make
something. Kennedy feel
because
like
not only did she just become
a sister.
Yeah, she's now having to share.
But something happened to Kennedy at 4. She just turned into like, she was so bad. That kid, she would take her shoes off and throw them in the front. Like she's.
You're talking about in the car?
Oh my gosh, she
like
was just like, I was like, I go pick her up. She was so good, and I'm like, what, Kennedy?
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's just around mom.
I guess.
Lennon today was losing his ever living marbles.
Yes.
Anytime I would do something, but if Tommy like does anything, it's like, oh, I'll just play quietly right here while dad brushes his teeth.
Right. And I read this thing that was before I had Kayla that said something roundabout. I don't know exactly how it was worded, but your child acts completely themselves.
I was told
with you.
Yeah.
And good, bad, and ugly. And that means they're 100% safe. In
just like your spouse is gonna like release on, not like in a bad way, not like raw on you,
right?
But they're gonna decompress. They're gonna tell you about your day, and they're gonna tell you things that they didn't obviously tell their coworkers,
right?
And stuff like that. They're
gonna tell you in ways that you're like, oh, bro, we need a minute.
Yeah. They're heated.
That cough. Oh, sorry about that.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's something. This being their safe space.
Yeah,
it doesn't make you might be their favorite person, but it doesn't necessarily make you feel like their favorite person.
Yeah, that has taken probably the longest for me to wrap my head around in marriage.
Really?
Yeah. Being married it's fantastic and great and all the things. And it is hard. It is hard because I'm dealing with a whole nother human being that I didn't give birth to, that I have to, I need to set my ego aside.
Like you're raising.
Well, not raising, but like going through it together and like.
Yeah. I mean, like you're growing, not you're raising, but the growing pains are different between the both of y'all. You're going to show it different also, but it also comes down to like your childhood, his childhood.
Oh, 100%.
And you're like,
and you don't realize that
now that I hyperanalyze everything, I'm like, oh gosh, I might be like this because of this. Now I need to focus on this so he doesn't do this. XYZ.
If I could just turn it off. Of course, he has the same issue. Like his brain is constantly going, mine's constantly going. And like sometimes you just need to be quiet.
Yeah.
And just go through the motions in your head before you
Plus
let
4
it out.
kids
Yes,
who are
girl.
also trying to get those gears moving. You have
Mhm.
teenagers. You have an adult.
I do.
You have
It's
her.
weird to think of her that way because
Mhm.
I don't think of her that way.
Yeah.
She's my baby.
Something
But I respect her boundaries. Don't think that I don't.
in my relationship, just opening up a little bit, that safe space.
Mhm.
So he's a performer, which
Mhm.
means when he's on that stage, he is whatever those people need him to be in that moment. And that is a lot on someone mentally whenever they might not had a good day or slept well. They have a baby.
That is true.
And he's having to be all out energy party for these people because these people are decompressing also.
You're
and
right.
he is a part of their decompression, not his
Yes.
own,
Right.
until he walks through these doors
Mhm.
and he's home.
Mhm. And it probably takes him a while to decompress.
Oh, his ears are ringing. Like it's physically, it doesn't allow him to sleep.
It sounds like teaching a little. Now that
Yeah.
you're saying it out loud, it is, you have to be on. It's a performance. And I'm not a performer.
That's how it
but
kind of describes serving, but you can get away with some stuff serving.
Yeah. You have to be on. You can't be having a bad day. Your students don't need to know
if
that.
he
That's none of
doesn't,
their business.
and if he doesn't give a good performance,
Yeah.
that's a chunk of his income that maybe that bar won't ask him back.
Right.
You know?
You're right.
And he has to, not only his behavior has to be on, his band.
You're right.
And it's the Tommy Ross band. If they didn't like what the bass player did or the drummer did, Tommy Ross goes down.
Yeah, you're right.
Not Brian, not
Right.
whoever the drummer is that week.
Right. You're just at the whim of everyone's
So it's a lot of
feelings and opinions and,
it's a lot of stress. And then, so yeah, I'm the safe space to somebody who has a really fun job, but there's a lot on the line for that being your primary source of income other than teaching.
Right.
And, some side stuff.
Right.
There's a lot on the line there. And it all depends on, drunk Susan dancing if she's having a good time. Right. You know what I mean? Like, just these.
Just the randomness. I mean, it is. It's, it kind of reminds me of how people, I don't know why this is coming to my brain, but like, how love is not an emotion to me. It is an action. So like,
I've been told that it's an ability.
Ooh, that's even
love
deeper.
Is not a feeling, it's an ability.
Oh, it's totally not. I feel like now that I've been married 20 years.
Because you choose that person every day.
I do. Yeah, 100%.
And you have
Jason,
you gotta.
Jason, he's got a stressful job. He's very stressful. He's very successful. He's the smartest person I know.
Math.
Like he is, but strategically, and he's very good at reading people. I don't know. I just feel like I told him the day you stop making me laugh and the day that we don't communicate, it's just over because I enjoy life with you. He's hilarious.
Yeah, laughing is so important.
Oh, it's so important because one day we're gonna look scraggly.
At this stage of my relationship, it's laughing at each other and laughing at Lennon.
It doesn't change.
And laughing at oh gosh, I can't believe this is life right now.
Yeah.
Lennon will be, poor kid, he'll be having a huge meltdown and we know it's over nothing. Him, it's the end of the world. And
you try not to laugh in front of him because you don't want to
and I'm normally the one dealing. I'm dealing with it because he's like, what? And he's wanting boob or something.
Yeah.
And I hear Tommy in the other room laughing so hard because he just knows. Lennon hit his fire alarm pitch, and he'll just go in the other room. He's like, no way, this is what we're mad about right now over the water bottle.
Oh yeah, it's this age to me. I'm not even gonna lie, is the hardest age. Whenever the girls were playing softball and Preston was this age, I was like, if I have to walk up these bleachers one one more time. Can you just sit here in the wagon with all the toys? No, I want to
Oh,
go
no,
over
they
there
have to do-
and play with every dangerous stick and rock and piece of glass I find.
The amount of times Lennon says
Yeah.
outside is
I love it.
a lot
I love it.
in a day. And we go
Yeah.
outside and I
You
explained
remind
this
me of Dad.
last episode. I'll do anything with him.
Yeah.
I will sit there in his playroom with him if that's what he's down to do. But whenever he hits me with the outside,
You're like,
we're putting
"Let's go,
shoes on
buddy."
and we're going, because when he gets to the third outside, it's outside.
Did you
And-
not hear me, woman?
yeah, it's kind of like that. Or he'll walk up to the door and he sees us look through the little door hole, like
Uh-huh.
if someone's here,
Uh-huh.
and he acts like he's doing that, and he
In
just
the crack.
he just looks like he's smelling the door. He'll walk up to it and just be like, and I'm like, what are you doing?
He's so smart, Sydney. God, he's just so great. I love him so much.
Thank you.
No, you remind me of Dad, the way you are with him, like that, like patient. And because he did that with you, we did that. Oh my God, we walked and walked and walked.
Yeah, being
It was great.
I sometimes I'll describe it as I felt like I was an only child, because
Yeah.
I had 4 adults that were
Pretty
just
much.
watching me.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
wa-
we
and-
had so much fun.
And
there.
I described it on another episode where I would just turn my boombox on and Dad would be like trying to watch a movie. You know, they were trying to watch like I said binge one button was a thing. I remember it. And I would like turn, it was a long movie and I wasn't about to not be the center of attention for that
Oh, no.
long.
Heck
And
no.
I would plug my boombox in and I'd be like,
Boombox? What is that?
yeah, right. My CDs.
Your CDs, what was it now?
Now it's like now 1,000.
Right. Well, I think you had like 11, 12.
Yeah, I had the
Sydney got everything. Dad, I saw this commercial
Mhm.
and
I sold it.
Yeah, girl. Oh my God.
I sold it.
I'm like, where'd you get this? I got off the TV. I'm like, nuh-uh. Shocker.
I had all the things, the light brights
Oh, you got that off TV?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
at the
I
time.
probably had an original
weren't-
light bright
I don't think they
back
were
in 1986.
Yeah, they were probably like new, updated, lightier and brighter.
It's Blu-ray. Or not Blu-ray, Bluetooth.
Oh my God.
You
Yeah.
can change the colors from.
Yeah.
Hey, if that's not a thing, we need to do it. It's probably a thing.
Change it with their
I don't
mind.
know.
I mean, they're working on it. They're already in our heads right now.
Probably.
They're already in this conversation.
I
It's not even
know.
posted.
I know. I thought about doing the 23andMe, and I was like, I was so against it. Now I'm just like, maybe we are French. Maybe we are. Who knows what we are? They can get my DNA anyhow they want. Might as well
Mhm.
just enjoy the report I get back from the DNA that I.
Oh, they already
send
have
off.
it.
Oh, I'm
Whoever
sure
they
do.
are.
Whoever they are, exactly.
Yeah. Big Brother has it.
Exactly.
And
Oh, well.
you have, let's go to kid number 3. Here's your
yeah,
boy.
Okay. My son,
Boy.
Preston. That finally I had a child that looked like me. I was like, finally, woo!
Really?
I mean, the
So
Hauser genes are so strong.
Boys kind of look like
they do like their mom.
I didn't
but-
expect my son to come out looking like my dad.
I mean, the Bruzigard genes are strong.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's the first thing Tommy said is he looks like your dad. And
I
then he
mean-
said his balls are huge.
great.
Yeah. I'm just like behind the curtain, like,
Is he
Oh.
okay? Is he breathing?
oh.
Yeah. No, Kayla was actually born a month early. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, she was super
She was my poor baby. She was all purple and cheesy and
cheesy.
cheesy. Kennedy came out like supermodel.
Yeah.
She had a little indention on her head,
Yeah.
but she was like overcooked and came out a toddler and was like, I'm ready to rock this world. She did everything. She was not a baby for long.
That's
She
what
like
Becca
walked
says
at
about
9
Niall.
months and she
Yeah.
was like
Okay.
just ready to just take on the world.
Yeah. Homeboy.
It must be a firstborn
Homeboy
thing.
Lennon
I don't
was
know.
also 9-month walker.
Yeah, it's got to be because it was 9 months, 10 months, 11
I've been
months.
running
12
ever
months.
since.
Paige, though, my last baby, she's 6. Yes, she's 6. She's 6. No, she's 6. She's 100% 6. I know that. Preston is 9. He just turned 9. And she potty trained first. I mean, the quickest.
Okay.
I missed Preston's potty
Who's boob?
train. Maybe.
Do we want to?
We can talk about boob. It is mediocre. At
Well, no,
breast.
that's what I wanted you to really kind of get into.
Oh, I'm
is,
sorry. Yeah.
Is her first 2?
Yeah. So I didn't breastfeed Kennedy. I tried. I had never been around breastfeeding. I never
We
knew
have
anybody. I knew this
nobody
one lady
in
my
our
mom
family-
worked with, she breastfed, but it was almost like taboo. Oh my God, they breastfeed. Well,
it's literally
it's so
weird.
Yeah. So I didn't
So many
breastfeed
people
her.
make me feel dirty
They
about
do.
my day-to-day life.
Oh my God, your boobs were made to literally feed a baby.
My favorite is when they hit
Are
you with
we
the
mammals?
here
This whole
you
time?
go. When they hit you with the, oh, I'm just old school. Yeah, well, in the 1800s, a different person that's
was
not
nursing
that's not the
baby.
mom would literally
They hired
breastfeed.
them. They hired
they would
wet
have wet
nurses.
nurses.
I
So
always wondered how they kept their milk up.
Oh, they just
Have you
keep
ever thought
going.
that?
They just keep, as long as you keep sucking.
Well, I know
it's
that,
good.
but I mean, it's like, what do they eat?
Okay, so even during times of war, wet nurses were prioritized in nutrition. They were.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just
whereas
potatoes
whereas moms nowadays, they barely
Oh my
they
God.
really they don't even touch the surface on nutrition in any doctor's office, really.
No.
But especially for nursing moms, like, we are so in the dark.
Oh my God, I have to tell you what my doctor said to me.
What?
So, which I think it was Preston. I ended up getting, once he started eating food, I ended up getting eczema on my.
Oh yeah, you did have that.
Oh my God, it was like
On
2
your
months
nipple?
of hell.
You can talk about
Yes.
that. Okay, on your
And
nipple.
on my nipple, and it cracked and bled. And I swear to God, if you have ever had this happen to you, you mentally go into another part of yourself, because the pain, not only do you feel it in your gums, or your nipple, your gums, but your toes, you feel it. The pain is like no other.
I didn't have anything like that, but
when your baby
Lennon's
won't
bit.
take a bottle, you are it. You just punch through. You go somewhere else.
Yeah,
but
and your
said
supply
to me,
will be.
He said to me, well, he said, well, babies love formula, and you should, it's dirty. He made me feel dirty. I was so.
And he used the word dirty.
He used the word dirty. And I was so mad. I immediately thought, who is paying you to say this to me? And I called the office manager. And I've only called, I called Pampers once. I've called Tyson Chicken.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my God. And
to deter a mother who's already breastfeeding successfully.
To not go on. So they said it was, what's it called? Thrush. But the baby had already been checked like 3 times. Took him to the pediatrician. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. Went to a dermatologist. She looked at it. She's like, oh, it's eczema. Just put this cream on it and you'll be fine.
It was just you? It had nothing to do with the baby or
Well, it
his
was
mouth?
him eating food. And I have such sensitive skin that, and I'm sorry, but if you're one of those moms, kudos to you, that wipes the baby's mouth out every time they need a boob. I mean, I just didn't do it. And so we had some cross contamination of sensitive skin to whatever
my
he
brain
ate.
goes, we're supposed to do that?
Right? Like, that's what they tell you to do. And whoever
they
are.
They didn't have wipies back in the day.
I'm sorry, but hey, while you're crying, let me wipe your mouth out real quick, and then I'll put you on my.
Let me absolutely traumatize
you're just
you.
Like, right, we're somewhere.
I brush his teeth.
You're trying to make him just stop crying, do all the things.
Oh my God! And then the boob cry. Let me just give it to you. Is like
like, it's bad, and it's like,
and
they're trying to rip your clothes off. Like, even at 6 months old, they're smart. They're, I mean, you do it.
Lennon,
so it was gone after 4 days of the cream and 2 months of hell. It was hell.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't breastfeed Kennedy and Kayla, but guess what came around when I had Preston? Pinterest. Pinterest taught me so much.
Wow. Pinterest.
Yes. And of course, when censoring started, probably right before COVID 18-19, they started censoring things. Now its platform is censored, and so there's not as good of things on there as there once was. But Pinterest taught me a lot about breastfeeding. And Kennedy had a daycare worker who told me, she told me the best advice. If you can, and I tell every mother this, if you can get past the first 6 weeks of nursing, you have hit like such a huge milestone. Like, every day is a milestone, every week, but that 6-week mark, there is something to be said about it.
And then at 3 months your supply regulates. So a lot of moms think, oh no, my supply dropped at 3 months, and it's like, no, you're regulating. Keep going. I just tell them, keep going. I mean, obviously, if there's a significant reduction in supply and your child is constantly hungry, or they're dropping
not
weight,
gaining weight,
consider supplementation
if they'll take it
at that point,
Yeah.
but don't jump straight to it, because then that affects your supply in long term, definitely, because it's already dropping, because your estrogen at 3 months is trying to go back to what it was pre-pregnancy, and that was over a year ago now.
Yeah, you're right.
Because 9 months, 3 months,
Yeah,
it's been a year. You don't know this feeling anymore. You don't know that you need to run and get some magnesium.
Yeah, that's why your hair falls out, and I mean, it is the craziest thing. Motherhood is wild. It is a wild ride, and I wouldn't change anything that I have done or have learned, or now that I was able to breastfeed, I have both sides of it. Breastfeeding was way easier as far as like I had to pack less.
Oh my God.
I had to.
People complain to me about, oh man, I just hate washing bottles.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know anything about that, but I can tell you about the dark room I've had to sit in
for hours
for the last year of my life. Because
and you notice now when you go places, oh, they have a nursing room. You're like,
it's a small win.
It is. Walmart in where I live, they just redid their. It looks very.
I'm at the point though. I don't care about a nursing room.
But now they call it mother's room, and I'm like, I appreciate that. The first place I ever went that had one was Toys R Us, and now they don't have a Toys R Us anymore. Toys R Us / Babies R Us. Whenever
it's starting to become everywhere.
Which it should. It should be at restaurants. It should be.
If it is not supported by everyone in your life, there is a chance you aren't going to do it.
100%.
Or if you can't turn off.
Not everybody's comfortable just whipping it out.
Oh, no. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying at this point, at this stage of 14 months.
Oh, yeah. You're getting boob shots everywhere you go.
It doesn't matter. And he's not asking for it as much. He does eat 3 meals a day, 2 snacks.
It's comfort, and they still reap the benefits off of it. I breastfed Preston for 2 years, 9 months. No. I tandem fed him. Is that what's called?
Tandem.
Yes. For the first 3 months of my pregnancy, just because it took like, oh my God, like a week to wean him or 2 weeks to wean him. And Jason really helped me in that. I couldn't do any of this without the support of my spouse, because that is huge.
Yeah, I told Tommy he's probably, because he can get him to sleep. He's one of the people who can get him to sleep now.
That's
so
awesome.
With that being said, there's going to be like a week where, because he wakes up a bunch at night still, because I'm there.
Mine did too. And you know what? That whole people that, Mom, my baby's sleeping at 3 months. I'm like, what sorcery are you doing? How?
my dog Posick told me, we kind of had the same pediatrician.
We totally did. She's amazing.
She's amazing. She's amazing. But I don't want to go back.
I didn't either after I learned what I know now. And now I did lean on her. I love her. Once she adopted her son, she changed. She was different. She was a mom now. And so she knew,
more relatable.
Yes. She knew where we were coming from more.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I just like her because she was real.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I've never felt pressure or anything, but she
still
did let me know.
If she saw anything wrong, she would have to call CPS. Oh. That's what she said to me.
Oh, no.
I was like, all right.
No, not like that. Nothing like
you
that.
know what I mean.
More so like where's baby sleep? They asked me all the same thing. And I said, we're still co-sleeping.
I know. Right?
And she said that the baby's waking up at night because I sleep with him. And I said, if that's the case, then I'll wake up forever.
Yeah.
It's not stunting his growth. It's not messing.
We co-slept. All my kids, bottle or not bottle. I mean, there is something about, I also read, you know how they fit to your body. Your baby is made to
your mold.
Yes. And like everything. So like you breathing keeps them breathing. I read something when they're teeny tiny.
Yeah.
And so you know what? Everybody had an opinion about it, and I really don't give two shits.
That's kind of, I said that on another episode. I didn't know people were going to care so much about my kids sleeping when they don't have to deal with it at all.
Exactly. Like are you going to come? Like Jason and I laugh about that all the time.
I just assume people are limited in social skills at that point.
Yeah, true.
Very true. They don't know what to ask you.
Maybe so. Maybe it's an anxiety driven question.
But it's also super personal.
But it's
like
opinion.
what?
Yeah. It's like, but him and I, like, that, back to that, like, if you and your spouse are not on the same page about it, it's not going to work. So he supported everything. And
Oh yeah. Even this morning I was getting a little frustrated because I was like, man, we've done breakfast, all of that. And he wanted to nurse immediately after. He's getting some teeth in right now. So he's been super cranky.
Yeah.
And nursing helps that.
It does.
So, and we don't do Tylenol or anything like that.
He doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't need it. But I'm saying for,
yeah,
pain. I give him some Teeth Tamer by Earthly, and that stuff's super cool. He likes that. And then, boob. Yeah. And I was a little frustrated, and literally Tommy rolls over and says, because I was nursing him, we were all in bed together like a family, and
keeping it real.
He said, you're his comfort. He said that to me in that moment. He said, you're his comfort. If his teeth are hurting, it doesn't matter if he just ate or not. And I know this obviously, but in the moment, like, I was doing the thing that parents do, rush.
Yes.
And I was like, I haven't even gotten ready or anything, blah, 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 blah. So whatever
he needs at that moment.
Yeah,
like,
I'll have a ponytail.
That was like
he needs
a
boob.
Reassurance for you. Like,
yeah. So I mean, 1,000%
on your side.
I've got
to reel you in.
I've got a partner that has learned and changed and grown and done what not only I needed him to do, but Lennon needed him to do with breastfeeding. 2 years ago, did either of us know much about breastfeeding? I only knew situational things with you that have happened. I didn't do my own research or anything like that yet. I knew it was amazing. I didn't know how amazing.
Yeah.
But
it's so amazing.
But I know now.
I wish every mom would get to experience that. I know some moms don't. And I'm not harping on the fact that, you don't get to.
Yeah. Or and that's another thing. Social media has made it to where breastfeeding mom is not allowed to be proud.
Right.
Is not allowed to be proud. We always have to say, put this like comma, but if you didn't get to breastfeed, that's okay. And truly I feel that way. It's not my kid.
Right.
Like,
but let me ask you this. Breastfeeding, not ask you, but I always say when I'm talking, like, I know I told you this, it is not, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it is not for the weak.
No,
it is the most mentally tasking thing I have ever done, next to going to school in my 30s.
Okay. They say it's like 1,900 hours that first year.
And I believe it.
And that is more than a full-time job, which is at 1,800.
Right. And this literally comes from your body. It's like a superpower.
You feel, and then if you're not hydrating, it's affected. It affects everything.
It does. So much.
You feel like,
that's the one thing Jason's like, here.
You are like a bodybuilder in your own right.
Literally building another human being.
Another human's body
from your body,
sustaining him from yourself.
Right.
I'll pick up Lennon and I'll be like, oh, my loins. You're my loins. Because you came from my loins and I'm still working on your loins. I'm still cooking it.
We're still trying to make them a little trinkly.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just there's not a, I don't fact check me. I don't give a fuck. But there's like not a single formula out there that doesn't have seed oil in it. That's not approved by if you want to approve by the FDA, it's going to have seed oil in it.
Right.
Like that's just.
Have you ever looked up what cottonseed oil is?
Really?
Don't. That's another rabbit hole.
That's the kind of like oil that they use at the restaurant when someone asks for oil and vinegar.
Ritz crackers. It's in salad dressing. It's banned in other countries, just saying.
Oh yeah.
But that show I was telling you about, Lessons in Chemistry. So good. But she just literally mentioned it. It's on Apple TV. It is so good. It's based off in the 50s. It goes back to the 30s though, but it's a woman in a chemist. She's a chemist, but of course she doesn't get that right. She's an assistant, but she's a full-blown chemist. And it's the I forgot the girl's name, Brie Larson. She plays Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Love her.
She's an amazing actress.
Yeah, I'm not a superhero person, but she's in a lot of other roles that I like.
That's true. Isn't she in Atypical? She was the sister in Atypical on Netflix.
I think,
which is a show about her brother has autism. It's a great show.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
It's great. It's great.
I'm not sure. I have to make sure.
She's real. I really like her. Like, she's very versatile in her acting. But anyway, it mentions it in there. And if you're looking for a good show to watch, it's awesome. And all new episodes come out on Friday. So before I came here, I gave myself 33 minutes to watch today's episode. I have 16 minutes left when I get home.
That's cool.
But I really like it. It's good. But she mentioned cottonseed oil as she's got offered a cooking show, and she's a chemist, and she's a woman in the 50s. And if you know anything about history, you know what she's going through in that time. And then she ends up becoming a single mom, and it's great. She didn't want to be a mom. And
I guess my my breastfeeding guilt is kicking in.
Is it?
Because I listed a fact about formula.
I get it. I do.
Motherhood is hard enough. If you're feeding your kid, here's my non-disclosure.
Okay.
If you're feeding your kid, you're doing a great job.
Fed is best, right? That's what we end up alluding to at the end.
Yeah, it is. If I had to, and I will let y'all know, I did get convinced by doctors in the hospital. I had a C-section, so my son we were in the hospital a little longer than a vaginal birth. We were in the hospital Saturday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
He was born on Sunday.
Yeah, usually kick you out in 2 days. Yeah. You're good to go. Check that Billy Rubin.
Yeah, so we were there. So if you were there statistically for a longer amount of time, they're going to lose more weight than a vaginal birth because they are not being tracked that much. They're being tracked longer, and they're there longer. They're probably losing weight because of the stress.
Oh, yeah.
Of everything, and your milk's not completely in yet.
Oh my God, so stressful.
So doctors love to at that point say, "Oh, you need to supplement." They told me 11% is what I was told.
What was that? One ounce.
Yeah, it was like 0.7.
Oh, okay.
It was something very low.
Yeah.
And I was told to supplement, and I was scared, tired, all those things. But I also knew that I needed him on my boob 24/7. So my milk knew to come in and all of that stuff. So I'm not knocking supplementation because I did fall into it and I did do it.
Right.
We did it maybe for 2 days. Yeah. And I literally told Tommy, I said, don't ever give him that stuff again.
Yeah.
I said, my milk's in. Never.
I did, Pinterest taught me that the second day of life, I read so much.
They're the whiniest.
They are finally feeling, oh my God,
they're
I was
awake.
Just born.
Yeah.
I'm sore. They're aware. I used to be with this person in this water and I was warm and cozy. And now I'm like, what is this blanket? What is this? Where is my mom? Like,
yeah, they ain't swaddled in there.
Yeah, like Kayla hated to be swaddled.
Well, and that's completely natural to not want to do that. To be confined.
Yeah. So it taught me once I had the third one. I didn't know the third one, third time's charm, that he was going to only want me. And I was okay with it. Yeah. And I finally grew some balls and was like, I got this. This is my baby. I'm doing the damn thing. Okay.
Yeah. You
back off. And that's another thing. Like, people just think that there's no boundaries when it comes to having a baby and getting acclimated and all the things. Like, I have had some crazy things said to me that will never leave my brain. And I will be sure to not be that way when my children have babies and when I am a mother-in-law or a cousin or whatever to whoever.
Yeah, you're just constantly becoming more self-aware as things happen to you.
Absolutely.
That's I guess
I'm not trying to traumatize other people. I'm trying to be a source of
safe space. Yes. I think the goal everyone wants is to be a safe space at peak conscientiousness of themselves, of their surroundings.
I just feel like people need to think more. Like,
would you want to be asked that, or would you ask a man that?
Oh, right, exactly.
More so?
No, exactly.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. Like, would you ask a man why he doesn't have his feet covered during your podcast because it's it's turning people on.
It's
Like that's something I have to worry about now.
That is so, when you told me that, I was like immediately, because you're 15 years younger than me, I have like this motherly instinct over you. And I'm just like, who's doing that? Put your damn socks on. You better get a blanket. These people are crazy.
The entirety of YouTube is just horny.
Oh my God.
I had no idea.
Get outside and get some vitamin D, folks. Like, what is wrong with you? God.
But you know what? As soon as you said vitamin D, those people were like, oh, I'll give you some vitamin D.
Oh, of course they are.
Those same people.
Of course they are.
I like that.
You're like, God, get under a rock.
This has been so fun.
I love this. I thought I was going to be a lot more nervous than what I am.
I told you.
I feel really cold just because we have to have it in here like the Arctic. And that's cool. I understand why. But this is really natural for me and you. Like you said, you know, it's easy to talk.
And I'm so happy to share her with y'all. This is who's on the other end of my brain, my panic attacks, my stuff like that. I mentioned you one time because I'm gonna have to have you back because we haven't even gotten into crunchy momness.
No, girl.
And your like crunchy growth in that.
Yeah.
Because you weren't always.
No, because I didn't know.
I assume you purchased something Gerber at some point.
Girl, you know I did.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm like,
yeah. Bill Gates.
Yeah. Well, just to hit on that just for a tad second.
Go ahead.
I didn't the second two babies because so I have
two. It's like you had
we broke up and got back together or something. All same baby daddy.
You have two clumps.
I do.
You have your older girls, and then we still call them babies.
We do, and Preston really does let me know often. I'm not a baby,
but I'm like, I know
6
and 9,
and they fight. Oh God, they fight.
They're you and Bo.
Yeah, they are. They are. Love my brother though, but they love each other. So, I never fed the second two any baby food from the store. Oh. I didn't. What I ate on my plate is what they ate.
Yeah, baby-led weaning is like huge right now.
And
forever.
Yeah. Well, and that Preston's 9, so we've been doing. He eats now on his own. I don't have to.
We're so happy for him.
He's such a big boy. No, but they never ate. I mean, I did buy those pouch thingies that they had.
Oh yeah, I still do that. Like
because
they have like applesauce. I mean,
we went to a lot of softball games. The girls were playing softball, and you know we had to divide and conquer. One was over here, one was over there. But yeah. So it's not like he didn't have it. I mean, but for the most part of his diet was whatever I ate.
Yeah, that's from the jump. I've never purchased baby food. Not opposed to it. Some people feel like
I always figured you would make your own.
Me?
Mm-hmm. I do think your second baby comes around if that happens or occurs, whatever. No pressure. I'm not saying anything like that.
Yeah, I just gave him food.
I could see you Whole doing Foods. That. Yeah. Or like I did, just eating what
he eat. I mean, he just ate whatever I ate. We just explored different textures, stuff like that. He was really easy, honestly.
Yeah. My kids weren't very picky. I mean, if I didn't make a face about it. Oh, yes. You know, but what was hilarious was applesauce.
Tart.
Yeah. They literally would gag.
He didn't like
and it was hilarious to me. I know I'm gonna have some haters out there.
He didn't like
it was funny.
Like mush things
like
at first.
Potatoes, that texture.
He wasn't into that at first. Now, I mean, he'll eat anything, I guess now. Colors. Yeah. I always just make sure I've got like a slew of colors on his plate, carrots, broccoli.
Yeah. Kayla was very
blueberries
with everything. Moved everything with her pointer finger.
That's cool.
So funny.
He loves it. He loves forks and utensils and stuff. Yeah. But he'll still eat with his hands.
He's so good. He's like drinking out of his cup and just walking around.
He drinks out of a water bottle.
Like he's grown. Like
he is grown.
He's grown. I'm like, dude, do you know you have pockets in your pants? Yeah. I'm like, I just want you to know that you can put your hand in your pocket. Like, I don't know why. Tiny person, put your hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
So no, you're doing a great job. You're an amazing mother. And I will argue knee to knee with anyone who says different.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anyone that's like really against me. I ain't got enemies.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, tell me how she's doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
I think every kid is different. Just like she said, every baby's going to end up being fed different.
Every story is different for pregnancy.
Yeah.
And they all need to be celebrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless.
Absolutely. Like I said, motherhood's hard enough. Like if if we're against anybody, we're doing it wrong.
I feel like women, if we band together more,
Let's
we are
form
unstoppable.
together a makeshift militia in motherhood.
I'm telling you, breasts are
That's what I'm trying to do.
us. I don't know.
That's that was almost the show's name.
Breasts are us.
Yeah, something. Moms are us.
Moms are
I
us.
have a group chat that I named Moms Are Us. And I was gonna have this be an extension of that because those girls I turn to often for Savannah, Lexi, Taylor, Laura. I turn to them and they all have different age children.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what's cool. And we get together like once a month. We have play dates where we just chase our kids around and like try to catch up.
Yeah.
Have some laughs.
Yeah.
Super blessed by that group.
That's awesome. I love that because I mean, like you're all at different stages. You're all at different,
and
but you
literally
all have something to add. To
literally
it.
Just looking at each other, like doing your best,
Yes.
doing your best, rocking it.
Right.
Like,
I'm glad I'm not alone. That's all it is.
We're all stressed as hell right now. Cool.
I didn't wash my hair for 4 days. Fine.
Yeah, vibing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it. Love them.
Love it.
Loved having you on. Definitely gonna have you back on.
I would love to do.
Best birthday gift ever.
You are my favorite.
Thank
I
you
love
so
you
much.
so much.
Love you. And we will see y'all soon.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching us nerd out.
Yes.
Be safe. Happy birthday to me.
You.